Hi there, folks. It's me again, Jeff Gallashaw, here with Unfinished Business Rough Cuts. And on this episode, we will be talking about the film Compliance. This film was directed by Craig Zobel, who previously had made the film The Great Wall of Sound. Now, I really enjoyed that film, and here he kind of sticks to his same style of almost like documentary detail where it doesn't even feel like a film. You feel like it's all really happening. I guess you could call it docudrama. This film has a little bit of controversy because it's based on a true story. It's about a series of prank calls that were made to fast food joints across America where a person would call impersonating a police officer claiming that one of the employees had stolen money from a customer earlier and that the manager would need to detain the employee until the cops could get there, and then they usually explain why they hadn't come or arrived to pick up the employee, and since they were being, they couldn't get there that fast, not only did they need to detain them, but they needed to, like, let's say, strip search them or whatever, and then usually, it would always end with the employee somehow being assaulted physically and usually sexually if it was a female. This film really, it is easy for this film to have fallen into exploitation because it starts getting into a little bit of more, power politics. But the interesting thing about the film is that how many regular citizens, when they think they're following orders from a police officer, kind of use that power and kind of pervert it, and basically I think somehow go with their deepest base instincts against probably what they would normally do, only because now they've been given the power. And what I liked about this film is that it just doesn't go straight into that. It pretty much shows you a previous like relationship with the manager and the employee. The manager, who is older and run down, the young lady who is detained is more younger and full of life, and she also kind of, the manager is also a little jealous of the woman, and so that kind of plays out over the film a little, which might be why she's a little bit more willing to believe this and be mean to this woman, even though, it sounds fishy. Now, some people who've seen this film question the believability because they're like, oh, this could only happen in the Midwest. But I believe that's partially true, but also you never know what's going to happen until you're put into a position when it comes to things like this. It's easy to say in hindsight, oh, that would never be me, I would never do that. But when you're put in a position and under pressure, you never know. But I like that the film explores that, and also I like that the film, again, could have easily fallen into exploitation, but actually kind of, it feels dirty and tawdry, but once you sit there and look at the overall picture, it's not, because the whole thing is it's presenting its story, how it could have or how it happened, and we're stuck in that room. We can't leave. We are almost like a witness to the crime or almost an accessory because all these bad things are happening, but we can't do anything to stop it, and we're forced to sit there and watch. And I really think this is brave and original filmmaking, and I highly suggest you see it if you can, wherever it is. Also, I have to give Pat Healy, who was also in Craig Zobel's first film, The Great Wall of Sound, a lot of credit, because he is the prank caller, but he is just like almost, he's such a good actor. He's charismatic, but he is such a personification of evil that he's scary. And the thing is, he's not even a villain. He's not, somebody built on world domination. This is an actual human being, and we never really know why exactly he's doing this. We don't know if he's getting his kicks or if he just enjoys having the power anonymously and making these people do these horrible things to one another. And the reveal at the end is, it's just mind-blowing. I think this is one of the best films I've seen this year, and I think it's very bold filmmaking. I think the film is very good and needs to be seen. I will admit, it's hard to sit through, and it's not for everybody, but if you can, I definitely would say check it out. And that is enough for this episode, or that ends this episode. It's never enough. But, that finishes this business for this week, or this episode. But remember, there is always unfinished business out there to tackle. And I have to say, have you seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World? If not, why not? Because it's fucking awesome. And I also have to ask, have you seen The Perks of Being a Wallflower? If not, why not? Because it's fucking awesome. And that is it for this week. And I bid you adieu.